Hi everyone, this is the gas walkthrough for December 2nd. I'm Bill Newman. Today I'm solving Pickup by Bill Murphy. This is a Skyscraper Sudoku. We have normal Sudoku rules, 1 to 9 in each row, column, and 3x3 box. Additionally, we have some clues outside the grid, and the way these work, we're going to think of the digits in the grid as buildings with some height. So 9 is our tallest building. And just as an example, let's say this was 2, 4, 6, 1, 8. Well, this is going to break. Let's say we had a 9 over here. We don't. A clue in this row going from this direction, we would be able to see the 2. It's the first building. We'll always see the first cell. We can see the 4 because it's taller than the 2. We can see the 6. We don't see the 1. We do see the 8. And then we would see the 9. Everything else, not that this is at all legal, would be hidden behind the 8. Because the 8 is bigger than 3, 5, and 7. So this would be a clue of 5. That's how that works. I probably should have come up with a better example that would actually fill the row. But anyway, and it's in the direction away from the clue. So you'll notice in this row we have a 6 going in this direction, we have a 4 going in this direction. And those are the rules. So let's get started actually with that 6 and 4. The 9 is right here. So in order to see 6 cells, these have to increase up to the 9. We can't see anything behind the 9. And from this direction, in order to see 4 cells, we have to increase. We can't go behind that. So all of these have to be included in the 4. All of these have to be included in the 6. That means this is lower than 3. This is lower than 5. This is between 5 and 7, which has to be 6. This is between 7 and 9. And now this is bigger than 3. And now that we've gotten rid of all of our other options, this must be a 4. So we're going to have 1 or 2, 3, 4, 9 for the 4. 1 or 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for the 6. This 2 clue is already done. Whatever we put here is going to be less than 9, and then we're not going to see anything behind it. The 5 has more options. I think we'll come back to that one actually. The 7 is more restricted, so let's look at it a second. We know we're going to have the 9. We know this can't be bigger than 3. If it were a 4, the best we could do is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's only 6 cells. So this is a 1 or a 2. That's going to give us a pair here. We don't necessarily have to see all of these. In fact, we're going to skip one of them. And that digit's going to hide here. So we might think we need the 8 in this cell. But the 8 could be here, and this could be the other of 1, 2. We can actually figure out which one we're missing, though. There's a 6 here, so 6 can't go right here. If 6 were here, we would have this cell, the 6, and then the best we could do is 7, 8, 9. That's not good. If the 6 were here, we could still have the 8. But now the 1 or 2 is going to be missing. I'm explaining this badly. But long story short, this has to be the 6. And we need the 8 here, otherwise we're going to break our clue. We're going to miss this cell, it's going to be hiding behind the 5, so we need this to be part of it, and this is 1 or 2. If that was confusing, as I was saying it, I recognized that it was a confusing way to explain it. Go back and watch it again if you need to. Hopefully, if you're not familiar with the rule set, it will become clear as you see these completed. So this 2 clue is done, 6, 9, and everything else is behind the 9. 2 when we have the 9 given in the second cell, we don't really have to worry about it. Alright, we have a 3 here, so we're going to miss one of these. The 9 is always part of the clue. This could even be 7, 8, 9, like that, skipping 6. The sixth clue, though, has to include all of these. That means this has to be 1, this has to be 3, and that's going to resolve these. This has to be between 4 and 9, which is forced anyway. This is 5 or 7 because there's an 8 up here. And this can't be 8 either, so this must be the 8 here. And now we can figure out what this is. This can't be 5, because now we would have 5, 6, 8, 9. Those should all be part of the clue. They're all seen. So this should be a 4 if that were 5. So it is 7, 8, 9, skipping the 6. All right. I really don't want to come back to this 5, but I will. It's more resolved than it looks at this point, because we have a 1 and a 2 in the column, we have a 3 in the row. So this is at least 4. It could, in theory, be 5. We could go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. However, in this particular case, our 6 is here and our 9 is here. So we can't fit 7 and 8 here. In fact, there can't be an 8 there in the first place. So this actually can't be 5. Doesn't work. This can't be 8. And if we put an 8 here, we would go 4, 5, 8, 9. That's not good enough. We definitely can't put the 8 there. So this is our 8. And now the 4 is part of the clue. The 6 is going to be part of it unless there's a 7 in front. That's not going to work. Because at this point we need 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. So we've used the 8 over here. So this must be the 7, and this can't be 5 in the column, and that's a 2. So that's all the clues done. These are a little tricky. These are not obvious skyscraper clues. So if you're not familiar with this rule set, totally understandable if you struggle a little bit to see what to do. It is possible to figure them out. So whenever you come across something like that, especially in gas, we promise that they are figure-outable with enough patience and thought. All right. Let's do some regular Sudoku now that we've done all the clues. In this box we have 1, 5, 6. There's a 5 and 6 here. There's a 6 here. In this box we need a 9. And then we're going to have 4 and 8, which is also resolved from that 4. Here we have 2, 3, 7. That's the 2. That's the 7, 3. So that's the central band done. We need 1 and 2 in this column. That's resolved by the 1. And now 1 and 6 in this column resolved by the 1s. Alright, let's look over here. These can't be 7, 8. So we have a 7, 8 pair here. And then this must be the 9. In fact, we should probably just look at 9s. Last 9 goes here. Alright, down here we need 3, 5. Not resolved yet. These are 2, 4. Not resolved yet. Over here, 6 is in one of these, 7's in one of these, then we have 5 and 8. Back to that, this is 5 or 8, and these are 4, 5 or 8. 5, 7, 8. So we'll go ahead and fill these in. Alright, what am I forgetting? I guess we'll look at these columns next. 1, 2, 3, 8. This isn't 1, this isn't 3, this isn't 1 or 2 or 8. So this is 3. This is also not 8. 2 or 8 there, 1, 2, 3 there. This column, I'm skipping this one just because I know this is going to be more helpful. I do remember this from my test solve. We need 1, 2, 5, 6. So this is 5 or 6. 5 is ruled out of these cells. So these are 1, 2, 6. That's not 6. But notice we have 1, 2, 6, 8. We have a quad. So these are the other digits. There's 3 and 7. We could have seen that as a naked single, or a hidden single 7 from the given 7, actually. As soon as we got that 7, we could put a 7 there. But that's how I saw it when I tested it. So this is the only place for 6, and that's going to give us 5 there. 1, 2. These are 4 and 6. That's going to place 6 here. This is not 5 now. Alright, and then this 3. 3, 5 there, that's going to place 5, 8, 4, 4, 2, 1, 2, and 8. 1 and 2 here. The 8 looks up here and finishes off our puzzle. That's the solution. That took me a good while to explain. Going through the skyscraper clues. Clover and I both tested this about the same time, which is, she was a little faster, she usually is. It was on the longer side for us. That's a very cool puzzle, and you can get there if you work through possibilities and think about it a little bit. And I like that kind of puzzle, personally. But yeah, if you found this a little bit harder than our normal gas, our usual gas, at least gas that's not posted by me, I know I'm a little notorious. If you found it a little harder, totally understandable. It is a little trickier than most of our gas puzzles, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Let us know how you did in the comments, and I will see you next time.